Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another segment of the Football Pundits podcast, your daily weekly dose for football related discussions, queries, and little bit conflicts that brew here and there. On our panel, the ever present Anshuman Das, Rishabh Grover, Kshitij Sharma, Rohil Grover, and kind of Arab favorite Saurabh Khaitan, who loves PSG a lot more than than
Okay.
jokes
I
aside.
guess
Seems like our team
I guess
preferences change every recording.
I guess yeah
Sometimes
I
I'm a
guess
Real Madrid
every
fan, sometimes Spurs, sometimes PSG also. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
exactly. I mean you'll be representing one team from every league
In every podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
in every
Makes
podcast.
sense.
Yeah. So
Mohan
next
Bagan
week,
coming next.
and, next week for Mohan Bagan, and then during the New Year's you'll be representing Bayern Munich. So
Yeah.
or Dortmund, whichever you find more pleasing. So I guess
Dortmund probably.
Going by
Dortmund,
Dortmund score, I
yeah.
guess they'll be sacking their assistant manager, caretaker manager as well. So we never know because they just lost last week. But we are here to focus on the Premier League, Champions League results, and the draws that came up last week. We will be talking over the best players that were declared by FIFA, and we will be looking into a lot more topics. So before we get into it, make sure to like, share, subscribe, get into the comment section. Let us know how you feel about the discussions and any questions that you have. And as usual, do not forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Descriptions in the their links would be somewhere in the descriptions below. So we'll take the first question as Liverpool versus Spurs. So we want to take this to Kshitij first. So in a week where the best team lost twice, as Jose put it out, the best team, but they lost twice this week. So, how do you feel was the Liverpool, Spurs game as a Liverpool fan?
I feel as a Liverpool fan, I felt that the game was it was close. I think the margins were close. Any team could have taken the win, but in the end, the team which has the more goals obviously gets the 3 points, and that is where I think you have to be clinical enough that whenever you get chances, you have to finish them off. Liverpool, even when we were talking, it felt that Spurs were favourites to take the match, and Liverpool were there for taking when we saw that Reece Williams is starting and Fabinho is starting with him. So the defense line was inexperienced; they've never played together, and then to come up against Harry Kane and Son, two of the most informed players in the Premier League. So it felt as if it'll be a difficult night for Liverpool at Anfield. But then again, as I said, that this is what Klopp does. He makes sure that his team turns up on bigger occasions and makes sure that he doesn't let the title rivals or title challengers get away with points, or even he makes sure that he doesn't lose those points which he can gain maximum from the home crowd. So I felt that the home crowd played a very important role. Because Liverpool didn't make any changes in the substitutions were not there, so they had to rely on the crowd to push them through the limits and keep going for the 90 minutes. But yes, I felt that it was a good performance. It was a statement-giving performance from Liverpool because we've seen that they've been struggling, especially away from home also. And last night also we saw that they killed the Crystal Palace game. So the last two matches have been a statement-giving performance from them, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I feel the same. Liverpool have been performing a lot better. Like they have left those early season jitters behind them when they like drop points against clubs like Fulham and all. But now they seem to be gathering pace for their title charge for this season. Rishabh is our resident Spurs fan. He's a United fan, but he's a resident Spurs fan as well. So, as a Spurs fan, watching this match, which was an end-to-end match, Spurs did push a lot of players forward. They were trying to get goals. But what do you feel Jose Mourinho did wrong in this game?
I don't think he did anything wrong in the game, and I do agree with his statement. Like the best team did not win. I think Spurs definitely did deserve to win that match. They could have, if I think the position swap that he did between Bergwijn and Son, if that wouldn't have happened, and the chances that Bergwijn had, if had fell to Son, that it was 3-1 game over, no Liverpool win. And like
Mhm.
I mean that's football. So, and I'm not going to take anything away from Liverpool as well. Like yeah, they're champions. They play like champions, and that definitely showed. Like the last 90th minute header that Firmino scored. That just shows that why they are the current Premier League champions, and how they play. Like the system that Klopp's built into that team, about that winning mentality that Klopp's built into the team, that's exceptional. Like I've not seen any other team since the time I've actually started watching football. But
Okay.
but yeah, like like I definitely feel Spurs should have won that game. They should have taken those chances. But yeah, that's football. So I it's it happens.
Okay. So taking this question to Saurabh, do you feel the best team lost that night?
No, I think the team that had the best chances actually lost. It was not the best team who lost. So there's a huge difference. It was just the thing of taking opportunities. Um, the Tottenham got opportunities, but they were not able. They were not clinical enough to finish those opportunities. Meanwhile, Liverpool did actually really well. It's difficult. It's difficult to hold a ball. To hold the ball, like having position for 76% of the game. So that is actually really huge. I know. Both the teams were in their element. They were playing the way they have been playing throughout the season. Um, Mourinho, as usual, was defensive, and we cannot say that it was a wrong tactic by him. He has been following that, and he did well actually in that. He got counter attacking opportunities. Sadly, players were not able to finish those. Liverpool, on the other hand, actually went all in. They were attacking all the time with possession. Uh, Spurs defended really well. Every team did their part really well. It's just that uh, if you have goals, you just win the game, and that's pretty much it. So
Yeah,
So
that's
when we talk about that, Spurs had the most clear-cut chances. That is down to the fact that the two managers, how they set up their teams, is very different. So
yeah,
Klopp prefers a high line, wherein Mourinho prefers a deep sitting a line where they defend deep and on counters you hit. So it's impossible for any team to be clear on goal on Spurs on goal on Spurs goal. So you
exactly.
won't get those clear-cut chances, and that is where it for a neutral it feels as if Spurs should have won the game or could have taken the game. But that is down to the fact how Liverpool and Spurs play.
Exactly,
Had
exactly.
it been the stark opposite of how Spurs if Spurs was playing like Liverpool and Liverpool were playing like Spurs, it would have been the same for Liverpool also. And then it comes to the fact that how you finish those opportunities. You can't really say that had Son been there he could have finished that, because
Yeah,
Son was the one who found Bergwijn. So
Mhm.
you needed that player to create also, and then you want that player to finish also. So one
yeah.
player can't be expected to do everything. Also, second thing, we were talking about Spurs midfield of Højbjerg, Sissoko, and Lo Celso causing problem for Liverpool's midfield, which didn't happen in the first
Actually,
half.
sorry to interrupt on that, but actually, that was good. So they were holding, but if you see after 59 minutes, when Lo Celso got subbed, Lucas Moura came in, I think, if I'm not wrong, and it actually opened up the midfield for Liverpool players a little bit more. Lo Celso
even
is
even in the first half, I could see that the ball was easily reaching to our front three, which I think was a task given to midfield to not let that pass go from the midfield to the front three, which didn't happen in the first half. So Spurs didn't play anything in the first half. Only in the second half, when they started attacking, you could see the quality that they have, and that is where I feel that for Spurs to play against a team which keeps on attacking, which keeps on finding those pockets, they need to start a little attacking. They need to start attacking a little, because once in a while, when you get punished for your mistakes of for other teams' brilliance, you then have to attack, which then creates a problem for them to find those goals. Because today also, when we saw against Leicester, they kept sitting back at their home. So when they kept sitting back and Leicester got that penalty goal, they had to attack, get those goals. And as Leicester also has the same game plan as Spurs have, they hit you on counters.
Yep.
And that is what happened. So as and when they started attacking, Leicester found those pockets of spaces on the back line, which they exploited pretty well. So I think I won't say that Liverpool were dominant enough that they should have won the match easily. It was a close game, but as you say that you have to finish your chances, and Mourinho can take all the consolation prizes that he wants, and he says this because he doesn't want his team to be demoralized or demotivated. We all know that, but the thing is that you can't just say that Spurs were the best team in the match.
Yeah.
But you guys, what one thing Saurabh contradicted was that he said Liverpool dominated the possession, and it's not easy to do that. Well, the entire 11 players were in their own box, so it's literally the entire midfield, the entire third half. So basically, the quarter of the pitch was belonging to Liverpool, so it's easier to pass. It's not like they're actually pushing for the ball, or they were actually doing something so that it's easier to. You can say that they were dominant with the ball. Yes, they were dominant with the ball, but it was up to Spurs that their game defensive plan. It was because of that Liverpool was able to do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But you contradicted your statement. You said it's easier.
I didn't contradict. So I think you took it. I think you took it wrong. I meant both teams were in their element because Tottenham were defensive. Liverpool were able to hold ball much, and they generally do as well. They have possession generally more than Tottenham in general throughout the season. If you see. So it's because of Tottenham they have been able to hold, and 76%, irrespective of how deep a team is sitting or not, 76% of possession is really huge for any game.
Yeah, but that's what they do. Like you can't say that it's what they do. It's like Spurs have that kind of game plan. That is why Liverpool. You see City from 2 seasons back. Every time they used to play like this. Every team used to just come to Etihad and just try to defend. Every time City had 75-80% possession. So that will happen. If you set up a team that will be a defensive and you will just go on counter, it will happen. Yes, what Sharma said, that you are prone to errors, and if that error happens, you will have to start attacking, and that messes up your entire game because you were not prepared for it.
Right. So you are saying that Spurs were not the best team because, right? The Spurs were basically not the best team. Well, what Jose Mourinho said. No, I'm asking Rishabh.
Yeah.
I'm asking Rishabh because
So
if we
a lot
look
of
at
contradictions flying around here. So let's consider this, that Liverpool were the better side. They did pass the ball a lot around and they were trying to penetrate. But as the commentators rightfully said, that Spurs had one body, two body, three body, at least behind the ball whenever Liverpool tried to penetrate them. And Firmino got that 98-minute header, which if it wasn't like a corner, that is something that would have ended on a draw. So it was a very feisty match, but we can say that Liverpool were able to come out with all 3 points, and maybe not the best team that lost that night. Maybe it was a equally fought match. So let's move on to the next question.
I see a smirk on your face because of the United's result and how United is climbing up the table. But I just want to say this one thing on the podcast, that it's been due that Premier League deserves a Liverpool United title race. So I really hope that this continues till the end of the season.
I do too. I do too. I'll not jinx it right now.
I think it will come.
United is in the title charge at the moment.
It will definitely come down to a Liverpool away record versus United's home record. I think so, because Liverpool's away record has been pathetic since the
But this week has been different. This week has been different.
Yeah, it's fine. Like
this week was different. United playing like this at home.
That's one. I was going to come to that point. Like this entire week was totally shifted. Like the week that Liverpool and United both lost at Villa and Spurs 6-1 and 7-2. And now they just turned it around in the same week. Yeah. So yes, what you're saying, it maybe comes as a point. Like maybe this is the year that we expect the Liverpool and United titles.
Yeah. So So I think just I would say that probably we'll have like pretty heated discussion between you three. I think in the next few weeks. I guess I
In
hope so. We have
January,
those.
16th,
We
16th
can
January.
if United and Liverpool are neck to neck somewhere around in April, you can definitely count on a very like fiery discussion amongst the three
Yeah.
of us, me, Rishabh, and Kshitij.
And I'm looking at the
So-
fixture list. It's like the May 1st is the penultimate game of the Premier League, which is like super
Liverpool
awesome.
United.
Yeah. So if the run continues, maybe we see a pop.
If the script is written,
Yeah.
then it shall pass. Yeah. So moving on to the next question, as we know that the awards from FIFA for the best player, the best coach were announced. So I would like to take this to Royal first. Like Lewandowski, did he deserve the award that he won for the FIFA best player? And is according to you, do you feel that any other player deserves it a little more, or is Lewandowski the best player at the moment in the world of football?
Well, at this moment, Lewandowski is no doubt the best striker in the world, and proving to be the best player at the moment because he is scoring at a very phenomenal rate and performing for his team and getting those trophies which he needs to earn these kind of awards at this moment. So it is, I think, pretty commendable. I don't think it was pretty heartbreaking for me to see him not even be contested for the Ballon d'Or this season. So it was a little bit heartbreaking because when a player performs at this level, I know people are mostly like divided between Ronaldo and Messi, but when a player like Lewandowski comes around and he performs the way he has been, it is a little bit heartbreaking to see that he's not able to win these trophies or win these awards, which he thoroughly deserves to. And I don't think anybody on this panel today or for this season will be arguing against this point. So I guess everybody is a little bit disappointed on that aspect, and yeah, I guess nobody was anyway near him to contest for the title. So I think the points tally anyway was pretty clear. Him earning, I think, roughly around 52 points in the awards, and the next was Ronaldo, which was 38 points. So it is pretty clear. Like there was not even a contest between any other player at this moment. So yeah.
Okay, so taking this question next to someone who has suffered quite a bit from the hands of Robert Lewandowski in Bayern Munich and Chelsea games, do you feel the same that Robert Lewandowski is at the moment the best player in the world of football?
Saying Lewandowski is the best player is a bit like politically incorrect right now because he's basically that's the wrong word. Like, but I would like to just say that he is the best striker. I consider him the best striker because if you consider him the best player, then a lot of other factors come into the picture.
Mhm.
So
So
I won't say
you have
that
to you have to say it's best player at the moment. We're not talking about like
Yeah.
of all time. We're just saying like at this moment he is the best player. You can't argue that, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like if you put it that way, then yeah, Lewandowski is like I would also consider him the best player at the moment because like anyways like I believe he deserved it. Like he did not only manage to become the third highest goal scorer in Bundesliga history with 278 goals for Bayern Munich in just like 34 appearances.
Mhm.
Like that is insane. And also like he also achieved greatness from his country's perspective, taking Poland and making them qualify for the Euros. So that was also a huge achievement. I would consider that an achievement as well. But now, if we talk about the players that he was nominated with, that is Messi and Ronaldo, I would still say that I don't see Messi in the same conversation right now at the moment. I don't think that he should have got the nominations because I believe that he still got the nomination because of his reputation and not on his merit. See, that is where Ronaldo and Messi comparisons distract because when we talk about Ronaldo right now, even if he got nominated, some people might say that these two people are always getting nominated because of the reputation that they're built on. But I would still stand behind Ronaldo saying that watch his matches, see how he's playing at this age, and I would still consider him one of the best players at the moment. And he was there on the merit. So if you consider it an unpopular opinion, be that it is, but I don't see I did not like Messi being nominated. or even in the same conversation about who is the best player at the moment. So I would say that this is my take.
Okay, so is it about time we start taking Messi from being the one of the best players in the world to being a world class player that we know he is, but not in the same category as because he's not putting out the performances. What do you say, Rishabh?
Yeah, I think I mean from what we've seen on from Messi in the last year, I don't think he should be there in the top three list as well. Like
Hmm.
I feel like somebody else should have been definitely considered at least because like you had a humiliation against Barcelona against Bayern Munich
Bayern Munich, yeah.
and the way they let go of the league title, not let go but like the way they played and not actually won the league title to still be considered in the top three is like amazing. Like what can I say? Like and
Hmm.
he, if you look at his particular stats as well, like he's not done anything in to say that yeah he should be considered for the best player in the world. Lewandowski and Ronaldo still has done a lot of things for their own respective teams. Lewandowski obviously has won the treble and did all the things like scored about like 50 plus goals I think the entire calendar year. Um, but Messi's inclusion is
Baffling to
not
say the
good,
least.
not good for football because if you're
Yeah.
just giving
So
if you're just giving the nomination based on the name, then I
Yeah.
guess like all the other players should be also considered like who are big name players but don't perform.
look,
Just
nomination is
to
one
just to
different. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
just to add to that, we talk about the impact that players have. So when we talk about Messi as a team player, we can say that he didn't have a very good year. But individually, if you see, he had a 47 goal plus assist numbers last season, and no other striker in the world had this much numbers. So even if Barcelona didn't do well in the Champions League or in the league, his numbers were up there amongst the best. So even
Hmm.
Ronaldo had a 37 goal plus assist. So if we say that Ronaldo had a very good season, individually Messi also had a very good season. But I felt that a player, for example, Immobile could have been one player who could have been nominated because he was the highest goal scorer for in Bundesliga, and he guided his team to the top, the Champions League spot, and they were almost in the running for the title, also the league title. So I feel that Immobile could have been looked upon and could have been there in the top three, in the front, the forwards. I'm not saying that he should have been the top three nominations, but he could have been surely been there in the front three if want to remove any one of them.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
So
not very, but sorry, but like I'm not very sure about the criteria, like how they select players. But I think you also the major criteria is to see like how much accolades that player has won also. So like if to see Messi hasn't won anything, he should have been down the list. But again, like I think the voting that happens to select the top three players, I think it's done by the press or like by the jury.
so
By
yeah.
the
So
players and the
that's
managers.
no. So
Oh, okay,
that's what
okay.
I was gonna. That's what I was gonna add to this. The voting criteria is actually the players, managers, journalists, and the fans. All four vote for this for the best players. So I mean, nomination is pretty much earned. It's exactly what I was gonna say, which Sharma has actually pointed out that he deserves the nomination because of his individual accolades he earned this season, and rightly so. I mean, whatever the team might have struggled with or what they couldn't achieve this season, he individually did perform at his, at one of his best levels he could, and took his team to as far as he could actually. So the nomination is pretty much earned, and then after that, the voting is actually the one thing which I'm not sure of is how much the weightage drives towards the players, managers, journalists, and the fans. But we know that the fans are heavily contested between Ronaldo and Messi, so they
Messi.
have to be in the top three until
Yeah.
unless they have like a very bizarre year where even the fans cannot justify inclusion of Messi in the top three in that aspect. And to say about Immobile to be included in the top three, I think those players need to win the trophies for them to be actually be recognized. I mean, I guess that is one of the reasons I guess Lewandowski has won. Otherwise, I'm sure even if the individual season was the was at the way he performed, he wouldn't have won anyway if he didn't have the success at the European level or at the domestic level. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
I would like to add on one thing on this. To Rishabh's point, it is definitely the accolades that the player has helped his team to achieve. That is a driving factor to select the best player, and rightly so, Lewandowski did. But given the awards, seeing the awards given this season, it was outright Hansi Flick who should have won the Manager of the Year award as well. But Jurgen Klopp was a total surprise, and he himself mentioned that.
He was humble enough to admit that he did not expect. Like, he expected him to win everything.
That is kind of contradicting. Like, is the accolades only necessary, or is the player individual performance? So, or for the managers also. So you can't say how.
No, I agree. Even I was surprised when Jurgen Klopp won the award. But I think I was reading this that both Hansi Flick and Jurgen Klopp had the exact same amount of votes. But just because Klopp had more international managers votes, that's why he was chosen as the best manager. Both of them had exact number of votes.
Yeah.
Look, I think it would have been
winning a Champions League and treble. I think Hansi Flick deserved it a little better.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Hansi Flick should have been the best manager.
Yeah,
but then he broke the 30 years wait, so that's also a big thing.
Maybe that's why Liverpool fans flooded the voting streams.
So you can see it both the ways. So Jurgen Klopp broke the 30-year wait for Liverpool. That is there, but Hansi Flick, being in his first full season, he won the treble. That is also a big thing. So
I don't think even a full season.
Full
season, exactly. Yeah, he came in I think November.
That's true.
And then from there,
when Bayern Munich were actually struggling to get into the top four.
Yeah.
That's Roberto Di Matteo.
Di Matteo with a German face.
Yeah, I mean, even if Liverpool were in the finals for the Champions League, I think even still it wouldn't have been justified for them to categorize Klopp as the best. I mean, because he still should have won if he would have. I mean, if he had won the Champions League, I mean, we could have said that it is well deserved. The way he performed in the domestic competitions and in the European competitions, that we would have said, it is well deserved. But right now, it is a little bit. Again, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see the Bayern Munich players or the coaches actually being suffered this season so much by the pandemic, and it's really heartbreaking for them.
It's good. Yeah. It's good to hear that international managers have actually picked Klopp, because I think their main reason would have been the Premier League is so tough that they what Klopp did was amazing, so they actually voted for him, which is super nice.
So last year,
let's take nothing away from Klopp.
But
last year Klopp won when he. Last year, Klopp won the same award because he won the Champions League and did not win the Premier League. This year, he won the award because he won the Premier League and did not win the Champions League. Okay. So you need to win only one trophy to win this award.
One trophy in England. If you're in English club and you win a trophy, you get this award.
So Arteta should get an award.
Sorry?
Arteta has 2 trophies.
I mean, we cannot count Community Shield, I guess. So.
Yeah.
That's a pre-season. That's a pre-season trophy.
That's a pre-season trophy. Yeah, it's equivalent to the Audi Cup that they give in America and Australia. That's equivalent.
Yeah. I might be hurting the Arsenal fans over here, but I guess we cannot count Community Shield as a trophy for Arteta. I mean,
they're already very good.
I'm sorry, Arteta and Arsenal fans. I'm sorry about this, but yeah.
You just reduce your tally to half. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to the next question that we have. So we did a lot of there has been a ongoing comparison between Messi and Ronaldo for ever since I started following football. I have been following football for 16 years, and these players have been in comparison ever since. Messi, Ronaldo, Messi, even since the Manchester United, Barcelona days, then Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Barcelona, it goes everywhere. But at the moment, since Robert Lewandowski is the best player in the world, there is a budding star that is coming in the same league, and one of their rivals, which is Erling Haaland.
Yeah, we can see. We can see a bit of a smile on Saurabh Khaitan's face over here.
Saurabh's face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like his child over here. It's like it's like his
So
favorite.
since
It's
Saurabh
his,
is so
it's
sympathetic
his
about Erling
Norwegian.
Haaland,
It's his Norwegian baby.
oh,
Yeah.
so let's talk about his Norwegian baby. And Saurabh, how do you feel Erling Haaland is doing in the Bundesliga? And is he a future Ballon d'Or contender? And could he possibly win the Ballon d'Or?
Erling Haaland, by the way.
Erling Haaland. Haaland is a middle name. Sorry.
Okay.
So his middle name is Broad. That also I know. So I don't.
Broad in broad in Norwegian is Ketan, so it's okay. Not a problem.
Okay. So I do think he's a very promising talent. But right now it's very soon to judge him as a future Ballon d'Or winner. He's definitely performing really well, and to see in the first 10 matches that he has appeared, 10 appearances in Bundesliga as of now, he has already scored 8 goals, and that is really good compared to Lewandowski's 16 in 10 in 10 or 30, sorry in 13 games. Lewandowski has scored 13. When being compared to Lewandowski, they have very close stats are very similar, but yeah, Lewandowski trumps Haaland by a little bit of margin. Like minutes per goal, if we see for Haaland is like 65, but for Lewandowski it's 59 minutes for a goal. So that is very close. Haaland is doing really well. He's the hallmark that I believe for Haaland is that aggressive runs that he takes down the pitch, and throughout the season, like up until the season now, he has like done that 3 or 4 times, running off from the opposition's box and taking the ball all along by himself and scoring the goal. That is a huge thing, and it's also dependent on the group of players that you play with. So in Dortmund is the team of I would say caterpillars in terms of their budding. It's budding players that are coming in, like Bellingham, Hazard is there, and Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
All these players are really good, but they are all learning. As compared to Bayern Munich's team, where you have Thomas Muller, again a very experienced player. Then you have Leon Goretzka. He is also doing really well in that team. Serge Gnabry is new, but he's again phenomenal in his performances. So that team is a group of good. And Thiago was also there. So that team was.
Thiago is still there. I don't think he's come to Liverpool yet.
Yeah, I think it should have been a January transfer window. January transfer window thing that should have happened. But yeah, I think it's the team of group of players you play with, and Lewandowski has been able to capitalize on the team that he's playing with. They have been in great sync. Haaland is learning, and it will take a little bit of time, but very soon to judge him a future Ballon d'Or winner. Let's see. We have seen people are saying about many other players like Paul Pogba as well, or Marco Asensio as well at one time, that they see a great potential, but both of them have drifted downwards in recent years because of injuries, because of bad performance or whatever. So yeah.
I think can get you the Champions League. Like who knows? Serge Gnabry.
Sorry.
If like Torreira wins a Champions League this season, I would like definitely. Arsenal would be like the stepping stone for Champions League winners' future. Yeah. Torreira is a
Dortmund player, I think.
Dortmund, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Anshuman, please continue. Sorry.
Yes. So there was I was not adding anything extra to what these fine gentlemen have spoken about Lewandowski and Erling Haaland, but I would just like to point out if we put the stats out of the window for a second, we just talk about a player's reputation.
Mm-hmm.
See, so in that sense, I don't think Erling Haaland can dethrone Lewandowski as the most fiercest striker in the world or in Germany, because Lewandowski has been doing it since he was in Dortmund. So he has. So what I believe is to be in the conversation of dethroning Lewandowski or dethroning any other player who is on the top spot. I think you need to keep scoring for as much as the fans are watching you, for as long as the fans are watching you. You have to perform like from 1 year to the second year. So you have to go throughout the stretch, keep your performance on a particular level. Like you cannot drop. And I don't think Lewandowski has done that even when he was in Dortmund or when he switched to Bayern Munich. So in that sense, I don't think I have to see Haaland do that because he's just probably 1 year in Germany, like probably, and 1.5 year, yeah, 1.5 year in Germany. So
No, he came in January. 1 year
January.
ago.
January, not
one
even a
year,
year.
1 year is it's 1 year just. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He came in January, right? So like it's still very early. It's very early to like say that Erling Haaland might be a because if we talk about future Ballon d'Or players, then there are a lot of other players that can be into the conversation. That can like be somebody who can like take a big spot. But what my point is that Haaland is very promising. I have seen him play. His first touch, his attacking runs, like Saurav Ketan just mentioned, are brilliant. And he is such a young talent, and he has a physical attribute that is accustomed to the play that German players like to do. So I'd say he's very comfortable right now. He's very comfortable with scoring goals. What I would like to see is that he does that in and out every year. And then I would say that yes, in the reputation perspective, I would say that yes, now he is in the conversation with Robert Lewandowski or someone who can dethrone. But saying right now upfront, I don't think he is.
No, I'll just take one quick point. Erling Haaland is a very, very good striker. I've seen him, and he has pace, he has finish, and all that strike. He's always
He looks like a finished article. He looks like a finished article.
Yeah, he's only going to grow from here. There's no stopping.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. Yeah. But the only issue I see, like, if he stays with Dortmund, I don't see him challenging for anything, because the problem with Dortmund is that their core team is very good, but they change it every 2 seasons so much, because their players are so good that they get loaded off to bigger clubs for a bigger fee, and that's how Dortmund do their business. Like, that's how Dortmund, like, that's their
business model,
strategy, right? So yeah, business model. So if Haaland stays there, I don't see him winning a Ballon d'Or. But I anyways definitely feel like he's definitely going to move. He's going to definitely.
But I think if he wants to win the Ballon d'Or, I think he should not ever come to Premier League. If he wants to win a Ballon d'Or.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, there's no way that he's going to win a Ballon d'Or.
But one quick point to add to that is that I hope you guys all know that who represents him. It's our very own. It's very own Raiola. So I don't know if he ever comes to Premier League, but yeah, if that is the case again, I definitely don't see him coming to United anymore. So
that is United's. That was my opinion, that Raiola should not, Manchester United should not do business with Raiola. But I don't think Woodward would stop. Woodward would still bring him.
I don't.
Raiola has one of the best players. He has Matthias de Ligt. He has Ibrahimovic. Erling Haaland is another one. So I don't see Manchester United stopping doing business with Mino Raiola.
Because he.
I think Erling Haaland is in your FIFA 21 team, right?
He has been, yeah, he is. Actually, I bought PES.
I knew that.
I just bought Erling Haaland this season, so yeah. I actually get Timo Werner as well, because I like Timo Werner very much. I like his pace.
I don't remember what he said, what Raiola said, but he definitely made some snarky comments about Pep Guardiola also, because he is one of the transfer targets for him.
Yeah,
like Haaland is a transfer target for City, so he has made some snarky comments about Guardiola. I don't remember exactly what he said, but yeah, so it will be another interesting summer transfer window to watch out for, I guess.
Yeah. So a Mino Raiola comment was that Erling Haaland ended up scoring 4 goals in a match, and he was subbed. And he spoke to Mino Raiola, and Erling Haaland was so angry because he was not on the pitch to score more goals. So that is the kind of player Erling Haaland is. So it will be an exciting time to watch him, and if he comes to Premier League, it will be an exciting player to watch. So to take this question on a wrap, we will be moving on to our next discussion, which would be the coming Champions League and Europa League draws. Manchester United is not in the Champions League, but they are in the Europa League. So,
So that is why we are talking about Europa League, guys.
we will have Rishabh to speak to us about the Europa League draws. But before that, as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Get into the comment section, press the bell icon so that you can get our videos and updates and podcast results. So, without further ado, let's get into the discussion. I'll first take the Champions League because it's the more prestigious, institution and tournament to Rohil. And Rohil, what do you feel about the Champions League draws that are out? And especially as a Chelsea fan, how do you feel that I am not sure who Chelsea has been drawn with, but what do you feel about your chances?
Atletico.
It's Atletico.
Well, our old rivals, Atletico Madrid.
It's our old nemesis, Atletico. So I mean, there are a couple of good, exciting and spicy fixtures over here to look out for. Obviously, one is for us, which is against Atletico. I mean, it was bound. I guess I had a feeling we'll be drawing against Atletico or Barca. I don't want to jinx it, but I guess I probably did in my mind itself. So that's exactly what happened.
I guess you would prefer Barca. You would have
maybe, but so I mean, it would have been easy, I guess, because now we are drawn to the La Liga table toppers at the moment. So, and who are leading La Liga at a pretty convenient points gap at the moment. So I think it's going to be a pretty tough fixture for us. But can't make any predictions for now. I mean, it's still 2 months down the line. So. It's going to depend on what the injuries are or what the form is for all the players. I hope by that time, I really hope that Werner and Havertz start clicking at that point, because we definitely will be needing them to perform. And I mean, the other fixture obviously is all about Messi and Neymar. I mean, it's Messi's probably most likely new club which he'll be playing against. So yeah, I guess I guess he doesn't need to audition, but it could definitely dampen his chances if he wins against them or scores a hat trick. I mean, maybe PSG would not like to have him at that point.
But PSG did the same with Neymar also.
So yeah,
he scored the winner against,
and they bought him.
Yeah.
And then they bought him.
I remember Luis Enrique's comments on that itself, because when they lost 4-0, they said that we can definitely score 5 or 6 goals and win the round, win the knockout stage. So that's exactly what they did. And so now I'm hoping that it's one of those same spicy fixtures which we again look at. But looking at Barca's form, I definitely don't think that might happen. Or it all depends on what the situation is 2 months down the line. With the Neymar's recent injury, I don't know how long he's out for. So it's also going to be a very big aspect to look at, because PSG definitely do rely on Mbappe and Neymar a lot. So it's going to be interesting to look at that.
Mbappe will do the business.
I just want to see Diogo Costa and Luis Suarez line up against Chelsea. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of the most lethal attack against Chelsea's defense. Lethal in the sense one will be biting,
and they had Torres as well. So thank God that he's not there.
Torres is not there. I think he's
not now. But they had.
Before. They had.
Yeah. So thank God that we are not facing Torres, Costa, and Suarez. 3 strikers are playing front.
Yeah. But you have Felix. But you're facing Felix now.
Yeah.
Just one honorary mention to another fixture is that between Sevilla versus Dortmund. I definitely think it's going to be interesting to watch out for. I mean, Sevilla has been playing well, I think, in the Champions League for now. So I mean they had a couple of good matches
until Giroud scored 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those one-off matches are definitely going to be there for every club.
Sevilla is not in their usual territory.
They're
supposed to play. Yeah.
I was hoping you would mention the Leipzig and Liverpool game, Nagelsmann versus Klopp. That would be a tasty dish to watch.
Yeah, because of the form that Leipzig is right now, like it would be a very
Yeah.
A fierce
I feel both.
fixture.
I feel both City and Liverpool's match are going to be very crucial, very close matches.
Tough, yeah.
But it's just that I feel both of them have their second leg at home, which will be very important for
Crucial,
them and
Yeah.
will help them go to the next round.
But the away goal thing can sometimes like be a problem for clubs. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to the Europa League, Rishabh, getting Real Sociedad is like a hit.
I don't really think, I don't know why people are making a big deal out of Real Sociedad. I think United are totally the favorites to win. I mean, of course they're favorites, but I see definitely a 6-0 aggregate win easily. Like I don't see any problems over there. Yeah, like I don't know why people are making a big deal out of it. Real Sociedad is Real Sociedad. Manchester United is Manchester United. Simple. That's it. Like we don't really need to be scared about
That is what we are saying now. Real Sociedad is Real Sociedad. Manchester United are Manchester United.
Yeah, I never made that kind of frowning face when I said Manchester United.
Okay, I misread it. I misread it. Sorry.
You always
But what
mishear
about
it
the
when you
games?
hear Miss Manchester United. That's the problem.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
what
I
about
mean,
the games of Arsenal? They get Benfica. Benfica is a good team.
But
That
that's one thing on. I think Sociedad on form is really good. I think currently they are playing very well. So I'm not saying that Sociedad will be the favorites. I think United has to be the favorites to not only win this tie, to also go on and win the Europa League.
Yeah.
Because if you don't
as
end up,
Mourinho said it, yeah.
Yeah,
David
I
Silva
mean,
and Adnan Januzaj coming to Old Trafford would be fun.
right, I think it's going to be a very good match.
Yeah. Okay.
I
What
see
about
it. I see it as a very easy victory. But let's see. Yeah, I definitely feel it's an easy victory. But just to come on that other fixture that Arsenal has, that is a very tough fixture. If we would have gotten Benfica, yes, I would be very scared. So I've seen Benfica play, and
But I think the form Arsenal are, I don't think they should be scared of Benfica. I mean,
Yeah,
like
should-
they already
yeah.
know that they're gonna lose, so I think that it's fine. Like then, I think
I mean,
they should not be scared now. They
no.
know that
So
they have
I
left their
don't.
fate on other teams.
I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys are aware at this moment, but I mean, barring their Premier League form, I mean, they have won all 6 of their matches in Champions
Yeah.
in Europa League,
Europa
and it's
League,
the
yeah.
only team. It's the only team undefeated. I mean, with
And they have scored like 4 and 5 goals. Like
so I
they are
guess
on
I
a
guess
full on attacking force on Europa League.
I feel Arsenal is going for an unprecedented season where they might be also fighting for the position in Premier League, but also gunning for a Champions League spot if they win the Europa League. So it's
Imagine
going
they
to
get
be
relegated and
interesting.
relegated.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I was going
Because
same point.
they get relegated and play the Champions League next season.
Yeah, I had done a lot of studies after this, or tried to gather as many stats on this, but I've never seen any club relegated in the same season the club won a European competition. It has happened in the successive seasons where a team has won a Europa or a Champions League and relegated in the next season. It is, I think the last team was Marseille from France. So they were relegated in 1994 or 95, I guess, if I'm not wrong. But it's never happened in the same season. I guess Arsenal might be looking for a new record at this season, and it will be very interesting.
See, I was going through YouTube videos last night, and like I was seeing, like, as we know that a lot of YouTube streamers and gamers, they like to do a career mode in FIFA, and they do it a road to glory career mode where they take a team from League One. So people are talking about when FIFA 22 comes, the first road to glory would be Arsenal. So that is what Arsenals are in the conversation now.
Even if we would have had few Arsenal fans after our first video, I'm sure we're going to lose those fans now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like we have been bashing Arsenal from the get go.
And,
I
and the
guess
main
it's
topic is yet to come.
Yeah.
I guess now it's the perfect time to switch our conversation up to our very own like hot topic of the hot seat of the week, which is Arteta and Arsenal. So
Yeah. So like Arsenal season began well. They ended last season with a FA Cup win. They began the season with a Community Shield win. People thought that Arteta has found a method to get Arsenal to its best position. He has been playing a lot of matches and the team was performing well. But now Arsenal they cannot win a match to prevent their death. Like they can play any team and end up losing that game. So is Arsenal in the hot seat for sack? Because the season of sacking has kicked off with Slaven Bilic. I like
Arteta,
Slaven
not
Bilic,
good.
but
Arteta to be sacked.
You Arteta
You
can't
will
sack
you
Arteta
Arsenal.
sacked
will
you sacked the
Arteta be
entire
sacked? I'll be
you
honest.
sacked the
Yeah.
entire team.
No. Well, Slaven Bilic got sacked, and I like Slaven Bilic because he's a good manager, and I liked how he played in West Ham, and he brought Dimitri Payet, and they were like mind blowing for some period of time. But focusing on Arteta, like, do you guys feel Arteta would be the next manager to get the kick out of Arsenal, or would he? Is he the right man to take Arsenal forward despite of the bad results? Let's take this to Saurabh. What do you feel about that?
I think if Arsenal lose another 2-3 games, he will definitely lose, not even draw. If he lose 2-3 games, he will be sacked. Um, I know it will not be his fault. It's the pool of players that he has right now. Arteta is doing okay. I'll say like it will be 20% blame on the manager and 80% on the players. There's been no discipline in the team. The players apparently he bought Willian, saying that he'll help him qualify for Champions League and this year and win the Champions League in next 3 years. So that was that was a big statement by Arteta. Yeah, he did say that to Willian, and it's just a pool of players. They don't have any players, and Aubameyang also cannot do everything on his own. Pepe, I expected that he would click this season, but again, he has been he's actually not played by Arteta a lot, so not all the players have been able to get a fixed game time. He's been rotating his squad a lot, uh, especially in the front. So if you see of all the games that Arsenal has lost, they have not conceded too many goals. Like they have not lost by a margin of like let's say 5-0, 5-1, 5-2. It's either
Or
2-1,
7-2 or 7-2. So
yeah, or
they've
7-2,
not lost.
or 7-2, or 6-1, or whatever. So it's the defense is still okay, but I think the attack is totally messed up. Lacazette is also not performing. I would not want him to be sacked. I would still want him to get another transfer window, this transfer window, and see if he's able to get good players. If the Arsenal board is able to get good players, if not, yeah, the sacking is imminent with this kind of performance. Because Arsenal, being the team they are, the stature they have, they should not be definitely sitting 3 or 4 points off of relegation zone. That is for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Anshuman, do you feel like Arteta could take the club in the right track with a couple of more windows under his belt? Like, would he require a couple of more windows, or is it like the time needs to be called now so that they can get a proper manager and back him instead of Arteta?
See, I think Arteta might be a good manager, but the problem with the job that he's doing is that this is his first job, and he's not managing a championship team or a League One team or a lower tier team. He's managing Arsenal, a team that always had a reputation of finishing top four. Not even if they're not going for the title, we know that they will be playing Champions League next year. That's for sure. So with a Arsenal job, this is the pressure that comes under you. And being a first time manager without any prior experience, I think even if he is the right manager for Arsenal, I don't think he's the right manager right now. He has to go back. He has to. I believe that he needs to tweak his system more. He has to understand what kind of players might gel up with my tactic. Because even if he gets new players, we are not sure that the tactic he wants them to implement will be right for those players, right? Because he himself does not have an experience of managing a team who is struggling, or experiencing has an experience of a team that can go through hurdles and come out without a single scratch. So I would say that for me right now, it would be very beneficial for Arsenal to sack Arteta. I'm not saying it in a very condescending way that because of the performances he should be sacked or not. I'm saying that maybe he's just not ready. to handle this big of a job with the kind of team that he has. Because if we talk about the team, I believe like probably I think if we talk about two or three players, apart from those three players, if I can just name them, I can say that Tierney, Saka, and when I saw what Maitland-Niles did on that right wing back position, I would say that these three players are actually playing as if they care about the team. I don't see anybody else performing or giving an iota of shit about what Arsenal believes in and where Arsenal should go. And I think Arteta has lost the locker room. I would say because the influential players, they don't have the motivation right now. Like because I have talked about this before as well that I see Lacazette performing in one game and then absolutely sleeping on the field the other game. So if you cannot find that particular balance within your team, I don't think any team, like if I would put Pep Guardiola right now in the Arsenal's team, if I put Jose Mourinho in the Arsenal team, I don't think they can bring Arsenal out of that because I think the squad is absolutely not a team that should go on a top four run. I don't think they have that squad. So coming back to your question, if he gets the window, he might get those players. So everything is a might. Because my main point is maybe he is not the right manager. So I would say that even if he get the windows, I don't think he can take Arsenal right to that position.
Yeah, so just before anyone goes, just 2 points I'd like to add on your thing. I agree. I agree that Arteta needs to learn a lot, like Gerrard and Lampard did, and Wayne Rooney is also doing right now. If Arteta is sacked, first thing, who's the manager who can replace him in world football right now? Who is there? That is my question. The other 2 points being, even if with these pool of players, I think Arteta needs to get one transfer window just to bring in a central attacking midfielder, a creator basically.
Creating
if he's
midfielder,
not going to play Ozil, just try with that. Even if there is, let's say, we give a couple of games to him after that player comes in 4 to 5 games, it's good because even if the new manager comes in at this point of time, it's imminent that he will not be able to take Arsenal into the top 6 also. That is for sure.
I agree to your point. I agree to your point, but we have also seen like in the past, like with a team which has such a low morale, like I am saying any change would be very welcome in the club, whether it's a new manager or it's a new player, because that brings a freshness to the team because they now understand that okay, it's time to reset. Forget what we have done before. Forget the low scoring. Forget how disappointing our fans is. Now this is a reset button. Now we start from the scratch. And of course, it might not take Arsenal to the top 6. I understand that, but they can at least get into the top half of the table. Yeah. They can finish 8th or 9th. Okay. And then they can build because this season I believe is all about building the momentum and giving the hope back. Because I see this is a season of lost cause they need to think about the next season. And they need to show that, okay, right now we are improving. And this is the improvement that we are showing. So that was my point when I was saying that if they bring a new person or any manager or a player, that would just bring out a new motivation for the team to start clicking again.
Okay. So,
but I completely understand your point. Yeah. Like if you take out Arteta right now, it would be a very difficult job for any other manager to come in such a dire situation and bring the club out of this situation.
Yeah.
And I want to weigh in on who a good replacement could be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are a lot of managers that are available out in the market. Pochettino is available, Allegri is available. Ronald Koeman might be out of job in a couple of weeks. Like
there is no way Allegri or Pochettino is going to come to Arsenal to take care of this team right now. Like the team is in disarray. There is no way that they're coming over here because you have to look from the Arsenal perspective as well. Like you've invested in a manager for about a year, and now things are just starting to derail. You're not even seeing things improve. Right. You have to see that. And to get a new manager, you have to again invest in him for the next couple of years. And then what happens? Maybe the thing still didn't work out. What do you do in that? I truly believe stick with Arteta, or bring in a manager like Eddie Howe. Bring in a manager like him, give him some time and invest in, and and maybe give him some money to spend, but not a lot. I don't know. Like Allegri and Pochettino are not going to ruin their careers and come to Arsenal, man. Like I think there are going to be bigger jobs available in the next few years. Sorry, what?
Pochettino will not for sure come to Arsenal, at least, because North London rivals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think like managers think about that, but yes.
Like Jose Mourinho did it. Like I don't see any.
I would think of
Look,
that
you cannot.
point of time, but yeah,
We cannot like say that we cannot compare every manager with Jose Mourinho. Like
Yeah,
he has
no,
a completely different mental state.
But
Yeah,
I also
exactly.
believe.
So-
But I don't think.
but
but
Pochettino
I don't think
can
managers.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think managers also anyways believe like because I coach Barcelona. So I'm not
Hey,
going to
it's
go to-
just subjective. It's just subjective. Some managers love their club; they won't betray it. Some managers don't like.
Yeah,
It's just-
I mean, but to come to that point, like I don't see anyone coming like any big name manager coming for now. So stick with us, stick with Arteta. That's what I feel. Otherwise, bring in a manager like Allegri, or like there are rumors coming in for Hasenhüttl. I don't know why will Hasenhüttl leave a top 4 position to manage a club which is in the 15th, like 15th position.
But
Like there's
like
no way that
I would just
Hasenhüttl
like
is
to
the
ask.
Leipzig, Salzburg manager.
Hasenhüttl, no, he's the Southampton manager.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But see, like what Rishabh said, I just got a question in my mind. Like, do you think Arsenal requires right now an experienced Premier League manager or a high reputed manager? Like, would they prefer a experienced manager right now?
Nothing.
Or do they require a big name manager who can bring a lot of reputation with him?
Nothing. Because they need what Saurabh said. I totally agree with that. They need
Arteta to give time.
No. They need a
Player.
creative midfielder.
They need a player.
If they
right.
don't have that, you see the results. They're winless in 7. They have not scored any goals. They have won one game in the last 10, and all of them that they haven't been able to score goals because there's no creative option that can provide those goals. They have good finishers, but they're not getting the balls. We literally saw that with the other team, City. It's just that the players are their manager and the players are experienced enough to actually take care of the situation. So they're able to win at least. Or like even if there's only scoring one goal in games, but they're able to win at least.
So that is where experience comes in, right?
Exactly. But I'm saying like Arsenal don't have any creative options anyways. Like the balls that they provide, the City players provide. I'm jumping out City. We don't want to talk about City, but like the balls that City midfielders provide, still a non-striker can still finish those. Yes, they have difficulty because they're not actual finishers, but they're able to finish it. Over here, they're not able to get the balls. Like who's providing the balls? Who do you expect to give Aubameyang, to give Lacazette or Nketiah? Like who do you expect them to provide the balls? Like they need certain balls so that they can drive and they can finish. They don't have that. They need
balls and okay, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I keep hearing balls and okay, sorry. Yeah, so
it's made for kids.
I completely agree with your point, Rishabh. Like they need a creative midfielder and they need to inject some sort of pace into the team because they have an aging squad like Aubameyang, Lacazette, the 2 main strikers are on the long side of 30. So with that, we would like to wrap this up. As usual, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let us know how do you feel about the podcast. Any suggestions or any questions for upcoming, get into the comments. Also, check out the description where we'll follow our Instagram, Twitter and Facebook pages. With that, we'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.